Welcome to the Three Bears Lodge here in Warrens, Wisconsin. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, great to see you. How about that meal? Let's give them a big round of applause, huh? I'll let you get right through here because I don't want to do the dishes.
Okay, then I'll do them for you. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the awards ceremony of the night, part of the night. And I'll tell you, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you drivers, your wives, your significant others that sacrificed the whole summer to make this possible. Let's give every one of you guys a big round of applause, right? Without your help, this organization doesn't stay together. And we got one whale of an organization here in Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to call up the president of the Wisconsin Tractor Pullers Association, and that is Kurt Afdahl.
Thank you very much. Well, as I look back on my years of pulling, there's a number of people, number of individuals that have not only made their mark in the pulling world, but have also made an impact in my life as well. There's one particular moment that stands out more than any other in our pulling. It was our very first NTPA hook. I was shaking like a leaf. I was fumbling with my seatbelt, trying to get everything to come together, and I just couldn't. Roger, well, he was out there anxiously motioning me onto the track. Hurry up, gotta go. Yet I was scared to death and just could not get that buckle to latch. This particular individual must have been there watching, noticed the fear in my eyes and the anxiety in my motions. He instantly jumped on the belly bracket of my tractor, buckled my seatbelt like a toddler in a car seat, cinched me in tight, slapped me upside the helmet, pointed his finger directly in my face, and gave me the greatest one-line pep talk I've ever heard. Don't fuck this up. Excuse the French, Steve. I didn't mean to do that to you. Then he simply grinned and walked away. It's taken me several years to fully understand his wit as well as his motives. But all of a sudden, one day, I think I figured him out. After a winning pass down the track, he's the first one there to, well, walk right past me and congratulate my wife. Yet I don't mind. That's the type of guy he is.
Nice.
He's probably also the only guy I know has ability to walk by anyone, casually flip you the bird, then smile with that grin like the cat that swallowed the canary, and walk away. All you can do is shake your head and say, "Thanks, buddy." It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this presentation tonight. And at this time, I invite you to turn your eyes to the screen as we pay tribute to a great individual.
Congratulations, Mark. It was a pleasure having you in Columbus last weekend. The nice thing about it is the podium, like I said earlier, is not on stage. He was up here, I was right behind him, and his hands was doing this, and he's up against this, and I don't think he noticed it, but it was just nudging ahead and finally went whoop. So
I did catch it.
You did catch it. You did good. Congratulations, Mark. I'll tell you what, your contributions, promoter, director, I mean, the championships speak for themselves 4 in a row, but I mean, I saw you at many of the meetings, and you really contributed a lot and did a lot for this organization, and I just want to shake your hand and say congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you, Greg. If any of you saw the speech last weekend, it was quite hilarious. I was going through the speech, and I've never been Believe it or not, I'm not a very nervous person. I can usually pretty much handle anything that's thrown at me. I was shaking like a leaf. I couldn't handle it. Anyways, the podium actually was on wheels, and I didn't realize it, and it kept rolling, and all of a sudden it flipped off the stage. And I just happened to catch it. I think Tim Kaine is pretty grateful I caught it, because it would probably wiped him out otherwise. Oh. All I can say is thank you. It's an honor. It's very humbling. You know, I didn't know what to say when he called. It actually at first when he did call, is this a prank? you know. Just got a couple funny stories and some people to thank. And I was elected to the board, Wisconsin Tractor Pullers Board. I don't remember the year, mid-90s maybe. They didn't know my last name for 2 years, at least. Couldn't pronounce it, and it didn't matter. It was kind of funny, kind of thought it was a good time. I'd like to blame Rick Austin for getting me into politics, and Joyce Hoffman for teaching me how to be a president. That was pretty good. Roger was there always for my support. Thank you, Roger. And yes, I did give Kurt them words of advice. I've been there. I know it was like, Kevin used to do that for me. I couldn't shake. I was shaking so bad I could never get my buckles on. It was kind of funny. And thanks, Kev. You know, Kevin and I had so much fun. I'd like to tell you some stories from there, but most of them can't be repeated on the mic. My kids for renewing my passion for pulling again. Thanks, Tim and Logan, for that. And thank you all. Have fun. Enjoy the night. Have a good time.
So as we segue into another award, I gotta ask, I'm in Wisconsin, right? It's all snow for the first time. Beautiful thing south of here. They got Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Is that Minnesota? I'm from Ohio, you know. It's OH. All right, I had one IO. There a couple weeks against Michigan, it was IOH. Oh no. But anyway, that's football. How many people in here are Green Bay Packer fans? Can I see your hands? Okay, half are you going to hate me after I tell you this, and a part of you already know this, but I'm a big Raiders fan since 1980. All right, I love it. Kevin Lynn, thank you. I just got to tell you guys something. Do you know who won the Davante Adams trade? Nobody. Anyway, enough of that. So anyway, another award that is given out every year at our banquet is Commitment to Excellence. And yes, that's the Raiders slogan too, but I did not name that. That was named by Jim Miller and Melissa Graham. And Jim Miller and Melissa Graham want to recognize events that have gone beyond their ability sometimes to just have an excellent event and just stand the test of time and so forth. And this year, one of the awards went to an event here in Wisconsin. I'd like to read to you what was read by Melissa Graham last Saturday night in Columbus. A pole that has for many seasons waved the checkered flag for the tractor divisions in Region 3 is etched into the calendar on Sunday of Labor Day weekend. The site is a community center in a village of population of 265. The contest has been going for over 5 decades. The setting is a 4-day festival that will celebrate its centenary in 2024. And the track is named for a resident of that community for all 98 of his earthly years, businessman and World War II veteran Eldon Lear. Now, this is Melissa Graham. I'll admit that we are pleased to have chosen the recipient of this award based solely on the fine reputation of this event. And to my knowledge, I've never been to the village of Ridgeland, Wisconsin, nor passed through it while awake. All I know is when you type its name into a certain internet search engine, the third result is, what time does the Ridgeland tractor pull start? Now that's our kind of town. I know we got a couple representatives from Ridgeland. You guys come up here and congratulations. I'll try to get this box open without turning it up.
It's my favorite poll.
Says 2022 NTPA Commitment to Excellence and Dedication, Ridgeland Nationals, Ridgeland, Wisconsin, sponsored by Jim Miller and Melissa Graham. Congratulations.
I guess we couldn't do it with without all you pullers, our sponsors. Just a thank you. It was kind of a surprise to get this. I don't know if you know Blaine and Kristen Houston, but their boy got married today, so a lot of us were supposed to be at a wedding. But we decided to come down here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And Greg will turn it now over to Greg. Here, Greg.
Greg with 2 G's gives it to the 1. All right. Let's give everybody a big round of applause for these first awards. Before we get started with the awards, I would like to, because this is how we get started in the pulling world. This is how the drivers, the numbers get started. And that is our so-called rookies. These aren't rookies. I don't really like to call it rookies because some of these people have been doing it for a long time. Anybody can get behind this wheel and strap on and put that fire suit on, they're not a rookie. I have a lot of respect for it. But here is the list of people that I'd like to mention, because we never want to forget about these people in the awards here tonight. But first of all, Johnny Eckel, Johnny's Dream, Julie's Nightmare. Nate Woolman, Billy the Kid Reloaded. Steve Yaggy and Holy Smokes. Danny McGee and Let's Smokes. Chris Lenerud and Simply Nastier. Randy Thies and the Sled Handler. Jonathan Kaufman, America. Devin Roth, Mohawk Warrior. Dawson Webster, driver of the Weekend Hooker. Andy Lewandowski and the Red Dog Special. And last but least, Louis Plasky and Born and Raised. Let's give them all a big round of applause, because we never want to forget about our rookie class. All right, on to the award ceremony here for the Wisconsin Tractor Pullers Association. We'll start out tonight. I'd like to do it just a little different, not just the top 3, but I would like to call it my honorable mention, 4th and 5th. All I'm going to do is mention. Not going to get lengthy, but I think 4th and 5th, we need to mention those folks also. Giving out the awards here this evening will be Shannon Nelson, the WTPA event coordinator. Also to tickets tonight will be Tom Berg, so he'll be taking care of the tickets and the raffles when we take the pictures. Thank you. All right, for the 9,300-pound Super Farm, finishing 4th for 2022 in the Black Stallion, Denny Jacoby. Or excuse me, finishing 5th, it's Jeff Martine and the Hustler. Then Denny Jacoby and the Black Stallion. Let's give them a big round of applause. Finishing 3rd this year and the 9,300-pound Super Farm with 1 win at Lancaster, 9 top 5 finishes, 1 outside the top 5. Finished 3rd in Region 3 for the National Tractor Pullers Association. The Power Up team had a slower than normal start of the year with some mechanical issues, but with the win at Lancaster started a great mid-season comeback, but declined at the end of the season to make the run on the Hot Wire team. Can you tell this Mike and his team right now are doing some serious thinking that there'll be another John Deere at the top for 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing 3rd in the 9,300-pound, Mike Wagner, M Power Up. Mike Wagner's not here. Jay Uhlenhake doing the honors there. Finishing 2nd in the 9,300-pound, that is Jeff and Kyle Larson with 3 wins, Medford, Colby, and Ridgeland, 10 top 5s, and finished 2nd in Region 3. A great season for the Hot Wire team, but I think looking back, they were certainly looking forward to the challenge with the Holy Smokes team for that championship at Marshfield. But Mother Nature had something to say about that, and Jeff and Kyle know that it feels what it feels like to be at the top. They'll be looking forward to 2023 in the Super Farm class. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing second to the 9,300-pound, Jeff and Kyle Larson. Jeff, you want to say a few words or something? I'm gonna let you walk away.
Sure. Well, I'd just like to thank our sponsors. There's anybody here and the competitors in our class too. Otherwise, it wouldn't be any fun, you know. And we were trying to catch on Steve Yaggy, but he had too much lead on us, and we're just doing what we could. And you know, we started a little slow, and at the end we're getting wins, but it's just a little bit too late. So I'd just like to thank everybody here and thank the WTPA and all of our sponsors. And I'd like to thank Mondo Tractor.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, now to the champion of the 9,300-pound Super Farm tractor class. With 5 wins, 4 second places, 10 times in the top 5. He was the Region 3 champ for 2022 and won the Enderley pull-off in September in Urbana, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, for someone that wasn't planning on running for the points, signed up and finished like this, that's great psychology, Steve. Not only him that happened, but Lindstrom's put Matt in the yellow seat at Lancaster, for crying out loud, helping him even more. But along with his accomplishments, I would personally like to thank Steve for his invocations before some of our Region 3 events this year. Thank you so very much, Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion for 2022 in the 9,300-pound Super Farm class, driver of the Holy Smokes. Let's put it together for Steve Yaggy.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, everybody, and you know, thank God that this is one of those things, like he said, we were planning on running the points, and tell you how dumb I am about the whole deal. After we left Toma, which is only our second hook of the year, Sarah Lindstrom's daughter-in-law, called me and she says, "Do you know you're leading points?" I says, "How does that work?" She goes, "Well, at the first hook of the year, you signed up for the whole year. You paid for the whole year, and that's how points work, dum-dum. They keep track of you." And she said, "You ought to keep going." So Lindstrom's really were my cheerleader to begin with, and they enjoyed everything about it since then. So, you know, I'd like to thank Mike Connie. He got me into this. I used to pit crew for him on this very tractor that I'm driving now. Very fortunate and blessed that Mike somehow made this deal happen for me. It's a long story and it's an unbelievable story, but if you ever get a chance to hang around Mike Connie, he is a unique individual. He cares about people, he cares about us, the sport. He is truly one of my heroes, and I just want to shout out to Mike Connie. The Lindstrom family, they were instrumental in this deal. Everything from traveling down the road together, spotting the sled, to Matt Lindstrom driving my tractor one time to keep us going, and Isaac Conway too helped me spot the sled a lot. And that's what life's about, is relationships and people, isn't it? I mean, it's just that's the only reason I'm standing up here is because of relationships and hanging around with people that are willing to help you. My fellow competitors back there too, they were more than cordial, more than kind, and I thank you guys for that. Everybody in Super Farm. Thank God it did rain the last time, because those guys were coming, and the harder I tried, the worse I drove. So thank God for rain the last time. Clint Brown, crew chief, he runs our truck shop back in Rochester. He's been pulling his whole life and hanging around pulling. So thanks, Clint. Thanks for all you do, and his whole family. And again, I guess I thank my fellow competitors, and thank you all, WTPA, for this whole event here. Very nice, very well done, very professional. And you guys all have a good Christmas. Take care. God bless you and your families. Thank you.
Here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, in this award ceremony, and that is the two-wheel drive trucks. And a big thank you to Roger Coots, the sponsor of this next plaque.
Big ride.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this, is it Christine? Well, it says Roger here, but...
And Chris.
Okay, all right.
Nice save. Nice save, Roger.
Here we go. Nice. Roger and Christine Coos. How are you doing? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in this class, as well as the modified minis, they only had 4 events. So, I mean, they were put on the spot for that. And so every hook really, really counted. In my honorable mention, finishing 5th, and he works pretty hard all year round with many divisions, and that is the Pack Rat number 6, driven by Doug Christensen. Finishing 4th, she was the champion last year in the 2-wheel drive. In the Pack Rat number 7, Kim Moore. Now going to the 3rd place, our top 3. Well, this individual was the Rookie of the Year last year for 2021. Tegan Moore, driver of the Pack Rat number 5, 2 top 3 finishes, 1 outside the top 5, and well, he missed that one at Lancaster, and that may have made the difference, but they had other plans. But Tegan Moore coming off a 3rd place in 2021 and also being nominated Rookie of the Year. Tegan taking over the wheel of the Pack Rat number 5, which is grandfather Doc Christensen. Due to surgery, was out of that machine, so he was driving it. And we're going to see a lot more of Tegan at the top of the board in the standings, if Mom and Grandpa have anything to say. Tegan's mom was the champion, like I said, in 2021 in the points. So your 3rd place finisher for 2022 in the 2-wheel drive division. Let's put it together for Tegan Moore in the Pack Rat number 5.
I just want to thank my grandpa and my whole family for letting me drive, and it's been fun ever since I got to drive, and just keep trying to get better.
Well, I think you're going to get better. Finishing 2nd. And this sure was a special year for this machine and this individual. Was be able to see the old chassis of the Dale Stampleys twisted tight back on the track. Well, minus the Lucas sticker that was on there, but anyhow, just kidding. Anyhow, 3 top 5 finishes, 0, he missed Ellsworth, but let's put it together. Placing 2nd place in the 2-wheel drive class. Give her the beans and Travis Hosley. Oh, he didn't make it. Okay. Alrighty, so to our champion with 3 wins, Ellsworth, Lancaster, and Jim Falls. 1 2nd place finish. What a season for this one. For this individual, Region 3 champ, and finished 2nd at the Enderley pull-off this year. In 2021, this truck showdown had only seen 2 tracks, but were wins. But with his dad, Dale, at his side and the power plant from Chad's Wildfire Mini, this machine is going to be hard to be reckoned with in the future. Well, as I found out, that machine or that engine is no longer in there. Sure, it's great to the smiles on Chad's face again. Good luck in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion for the 2-wheel drive class for 2022. Let's put it together for Chad and Dale Zimmerman and Showdown.
Thank you. I wish Dad would come up this year. I've been up here quite a few times, but the 2-wheel drive it's different from the mini rod. We're having fun. What's fun is Dad's able to drive when I can't make it. Him and my son go, and they have a good time. Just want to thank WTPA and NTPA. We have fun every year. We look forward to coming pulling with you guys. We go pull closer to home when we come up here, because we love hanging out with you guys. Thank you.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's move on with the awards here this evening. Our next class, sponsored by Gary and Ann Hagel, and that is the Light Limited Superstock Tractors, 6,250-pound tractors. 11 events they had this year. Finishing fifth, one of the rookie class, and that is Dawson Webster and the Weekend Hooker. Finishing fourth, Brian Tanberg and his Wicked 88. Now to the top three. For this gentleman, a fourth place finish to start the season at a big Region 3 in Ellsworth. Then things slightly slid, picking up at Medford with a second place and a respectable finish to finish to the season for the Wheelie Big Deer. Only 20 points out when he finished. Ladies and gentlemen, driver of the Wheelie Big Deer, Daniel Wolk, finishing third in the WTPA in the 6,200-pound class.
I'd just like to thank everybody who gets all the track preparation and everything. It's perfect when we're ready to hook. And I'd like to thank Jeremy Ruff. He makes sure my tractor is always running. And all my pit crew, Trevor, my wife, and the two kids. It's great to do all summer long. Thank you.
Well, finishing second place in the 6250 Light Limited Superstock class. This gentleman, once again, congrats to all, and I say all, the Light Limited Superstock drivers and their opportunity to qualify for the Enderley, first time ever for that class. Also congrats to the Hum and Harvester team, making it to the Enderley for the first time and finishing third. With all the wins of the Hum and Harvester team, how'd they finish second? Guaranteed, Roland is working on getting a newer model of a Mother Nature for a better look at the weather. What an ending that would have been if we would have had Marshfield this year. With 4 wins, 6 top 5s, and that rain out, but he was the Region 3 champ, finished third in the Enderley pull-off. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing second in the Light Limited Superstock and the Hum and Harvester, Roland Thompson.
I just want to thank everyone for coming and stuff, but the biggest people I have to thank here are the Degenhardt family, Joe and Bill and Terry Benson. I mean, if it wasn't for them guys, this tractor wouldn't be what it is today. I also got to thank Mondovi Tractor, Bryce and Chris for keeping it tuned up. My family and all the competitors in the class. It's a tough class to get second place, and I'm very proud to be at second. I just want to thank all of you for coming, and you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Well, now to our champion of the Light Limited Superstock. And what a season for Mr. Brian Miller after last year, when that tractor just would not give him the finishes he needed. And this year, a different look. Wheels up right to the end. But amazing enough, no wins, just was consistent. Could a rainout help him out next year? We'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, with no wins, 1 4th, 1 5th, rest of nothing less than third, finished second in Region 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion for the Light Limited Superstock for 2022, a case of alcoholism, Brian Miller.
Way to go, Brian!
I get to see you and talk to you.
Congratulations.
Well, I just want to thank everybody in the WTPA, the tech officials, the sign-up people, the class reps, board members, promoters that put on the polls, because if we didn't have them doing all the work, we wouldn't be able to do this. I want to thank my sponsor, Federal Logistics, my dad for making it all possible. When I need parts and I'm working on something, I don't have time, he will make that parts run for me. And my pit crew chief, Pee-wee, making sure everything's in the trailer. There's been more than one time we're halfway to a pull and I said, did we put fuel in the trailer? Yes, I did. So without him being there, getting me across the scale and doing everything, we wouldn't get it done. So thank you.
At the 6,200-pound super stock 4x4 trucks, sponsored by Jay and Jared Eulenhake. Finishing fifth in 2022 in the 6,200-pound super stock 4x4 trucks. 13 under the leader, that is the Running Hard of Derek Vaughn. Finishing fourth, out of Menominee, Wisconsin, it was the Bounty Hunter number 2, Mark Welke Jr. Now to the top three. In this, for the third place finisher, knowing Dan and how competitive he is, it may have not been the season that he was looking for, but he probably was asking himself, where the hell did they come from? I'm talking about the Horals. But this winter, I'm sure that Dan's going to size up the situation and be right at the top next year. Also, Dan is the driver in the 6,200-pound mod truck, in the mod truck division, with 5 top 5 finishes, 1 rainout, 9 under the leader. Ladies and gentlemen, in the whiplash, finishing third, Dan Klasinski.
I'd just like to say it's nowhere else I'd rather be pulling than with you guys here at the WTPA. Thanks.
Short there. Stand there and wait.
Well, finishing second place in the 6,200-pound 4x4 trucks. Well, this is the time that a rained-out event affected so many people in one class. I don't know what good words you would like to hear, Tony. I really don't. Caring is sharing? I don't know. I mean, or sharing is caring? Or how sweet two brothers can be tied for points? I don't know. I guess not. But at one win, 4 top 5s and a rainout, and his win came at Jim Falls with that 1985 GMC K30, finishing second, Tony Hurl. Now I say that because these two brothers where did they come from? Well, I'll tell you, they are dominating, and they're going to have a lot of competition next year, because I think people are going to say, oh boy, we got to do something here. So here he is.
Just want to say thanks to everyone at the WTPA, our sponsors, and even though I got second, I really did tie for first, but it's my brother, so congratulations to Dan. Thank you.
That's brotherly love, let me tell you. All right, so he said who the champion is, but with 1 win, 4 top 5s, and a rainout, his win coming at Colby, Wisconsin. For darn sure, Dan is going to have a plan in place for next year, and that is win every one of the hooks. Then you don't have to worry about that rainout. Just want to say welcome once again to welcome these guys to the Wisconsin Tractor Pullers Association, and hope to see them next year for 2023. Your champion in the 6,200-pound Superstock class, Dan Horrell and Livid. We'll see who's the bigger talker.
just like to thank everybody that makes this happen. And glad they finally added our class back, and it's fun to pull somewhere that's organized. Better luck next year, Tony.
You say that turning around. Don't get me in the middle of this. Okay, award, or well, the next award we got was by voting through the membership. So that's how these, actually 2 awards, because it ended up to be a tie. So 2 people are going to be accepting this next award, which is the 2022 Rookie of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, I want Johnny Eckel to come up here and receive one of those 2. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Rookie of the Year for 2022, Steve Yaggy.
Picture you have over there. Got that one? You too. Thank you.
Johnny? Come here, Johnny.
You guys over here.
I just want to say thanks a lot for everything. It was a lot of fun this year, and hopefully next year my kid will do it.
Thank you, everybody, and you've already heard enough out of me. I just, again, very humbled and very, I don't know. I didn't expect this either, so I don't know. Thank God. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you.
Well, like I said before, by no means are these drivers rookies, by no means at all, but I look at it and there's 2 John Deeres on that picture, so I'm a little concerned. Well, anyhow.
All right, and coming up next, we have the award for the Promoter of the Year. This award is given out to someone that we feel has, or actually you guys voted on this, so it is someone that has done a phenomenal job of promoting the sport of tractor pulling. WTPA, they've really stepped up, helped out a lot. They're just always there when we need them and doing a lot to promote our passion. So at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Matt Ingham up.
Well, I was hoping I'd be able to come up here and say a few nice things about Greg, because he's given me a lot of help this year with breaking into things and getting an opportunity to announce when he's had other obligations. But I will say a lot like a lot of the individuals out here tonight, pulling has been a big part of my life. I grew up in a small town of Turtle Lake of 1,000 people, and right across the street from the park, you know, it's every boy's dream to be able to watch the truck and tractor pull right across the street. And I remember being a kid running down there every time. My highlights were to be able to run down there and to see the vehicles coming into town. Here comes the truck, here comes the tractor. I'd run home and tell my dad real quick, there's this and this, and there's some I've never even heard of or even ever seen before. But I was super excited for that. And then I tell this story from time to time, and I won't tell it tonight, but a family took me to my first truck and tractor pull when I was young, and unfortunately they lost my good friend at a young age, and his sister also passed away at a young age. And they brought me to my first truck and tractor pull, and I get reminded of how lucky I am, and all of us are, to be able to do this every weekend and have a great time with friends and family and people we will never forget. And I think I'm here doing what I'm doing because I think of them, and every little bit of what we do here carries on somebody else's legacy, and when we're gone, somebody else will be carrying on our legacies. So I'm just honored and humbled to be able to be a part of this, and I appreciate each and every person I meet. You're all a member of my family, and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, next, ladies and gentlemen, it is one of those jobs that or one of these jobs that we appreciate so very much. I'll tell you, these people that run the sleds each and every weekend, no matter who it is. You drivers, you probably, there's some that you probably don't like. There's some that you really like. It's a thankless job. But they got to do it. And there's a lot of long hours in it, and we need to appreciate those people. So, with that said, for the WTPA Sled of the Year, what an honor it is. For 2022, Greg and Mike Brodzinski, operator of the Track Patrol.
Thanks. It's an honor. Wouldn't be anything without the events that we do, the pullers that put on the show. I just come up here, do my job, try and put on a good show for the events, for the promoters, for the spectators. Wouldn't be anything without them guys. Thanks.